This is my favorite colorway of this shoe. It's not an original colorway, but this version of it I don't like. Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we're taking a detailed look and breakdown on these, what used to be, at least in my opinion, bad boys. This is the Air Jordan 7 in a Retro Plus colorway, so not an original colorway. They're known as the Chambray. These things are one of my favorites besides the original Flints with the purple and everything. Those retroed recently as well, and I felt the same way about those as I do these, where they're just not as good as the 2006 original versions. Now, the thing that I don't love about these compared to the original is just the overall shape. This is part of that remastered shape that to me doesn't quite look like an original pair of Air Jordan 7s from '92, and they definitely don't look like the versions that I grew up looking at from 2000s and everything. So this shoe, again, released in this colorway in 2006 originally, and it just looks way different than this version. Especially like this left shoe is kind of mangled. The right shoe is really good. It's not mangled to the point of like, oh, they're awful. It's just they're just tilted a little bit and they're just a little bit funny. So what I would recommend is when you're looking for these, especially if you're in store, because I, again, don't see these, I said again as if we were talking about like what I just talked about 2 videos ago, because we bulk filmed, so that sucks.
Oops, sorry.
So what I would recommend is if you go in store and these are sitting, go through the pairs in your size, pick the best ones, swap left and rights out as you can, so long as they let you. If the stores are cool, then they should. There are a lot of these and there are a lot of bad ones. However, the colorway itself is still beautiful. I think that it's fantastic. They named this like light blue, I think it was the chambray color, even though chambray is not a color at all. It's actually a fabric, which is not featured on the shoe whatsoever. Fun fact. And even the color is not exact to the originals. This one's a little bit more deep, I guess, like a little bit more vibrant. The originals were a little bit more like muted and everything, very light in comparison to these. However, one of the things that they definitely upgraded between the last version and this one are the materials. So the originals were Durabuck, which looked beautiful, by the way. Durabuck is a synthetic nubuck, and when you have the synthetics, at least the old versions, you saw all the white lines in between all the cuts in the panels, so it gave it a little bit more depth. This version is made of genuine nubuck, which is awesome. Like, it's a great material, it looks great, it smells great, it's really nice quality and everything, but you don't get all of the different stuff that you would from the Durabuck and everything. It's got a different look, it's got a different feel. Again, you don't see all of the little white lines and everything because there isn't any. It's like the actual dyed material here. So they just don't look the way that I remember, and that's the thing that is distracting me personally from these. But if you've never seen them before, maybe you think differently, or maybe you have seen them and you think that this version is better. It just kind of depends. I will say that material wise, this is better. Looks wise though, like aesthetics, like overall package, I do like the 2006 personally.
That's all.
Now the outsole though is just gorgeous. Like, this just looks good. I really like it. I love all the colors. I love the combination of the placement of everything. It just looks great. I love that giant Jumpman in the back. What a fantastic outsole. The midsole itself originally, I believe, was polyurethane, but they've switched it up since then. And we have pictures of crumbled pairs. Somebody just keeps trying to tell me that like the originals weren't polyurethane. I'm just like, bro, they were polyurethane. Like, they didn't introduce fiber until the 10s. So it's polyurethane. But anyways, this is, I believe, in EVA. It just feels a lot nicer. The 7s, personally, every time I put them on, because I don't wear them on a regular basis, it's like a every once in a while thing, but every time I put these things on, I'm always like, hey, these are comfortable, dude. Like, it's one of the more comfortable Air Jordans on or off court.
I guarantee it.
Now, inside of the originals, as far as tech is concerned, was a heel and forefoot encapsulated air unit. However, the retros have been different ever since they first started retroing them. Why? I don't know. Do I care? Not really, because it's technically a better shoe.
Tell me more, tell me more.
So what's in all of these retros now looks just like this. The air unit might not be identical, but it's the same exact placement and the overall like implementation and all that stuff. So it's technically full length. Again, the originals were different. It was heel and forefoot, and then they were encapsulated. This one is top loaded. It's full length air. You can feel it. It's awesome. The insole is the Durapontex. It actually allows these to be more of a performance shoe and not just a retro. So again, if you wanted to play in something like this, I do highly recommend the Air Jordan 7s. I think that they're very comfortable. The rear of the shoe is gorgeous. It's probably one of my favorites. I love the 23 patch on there. It looks so good. I love these colors. I talked about this in the Air Jordan 2 Low UNCs. The color combination reminds me of the Minneapolis Laker colorways of the Kobe's and stuff. Some of my favorite Kobe shoes are in those colors, or some of my favorite colors of Kobe shoes are those colors. My brain is melting. It's very hot in here. The tongue itself is neoprene. It's a full neoprene sleeve and everything, or an internal booty, so it's all gusseted and everything. It sucks your foot right in there and it feels amazing. One of the cool things about this version of the shoe though, I don't remember seeing this on the Cardinals that released it. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure my Cardinals came laced, but these didn't. They come just like this, just like the originals. I've always found it weird that the Air Jordan 1 High OG and the 85s and all that stuff, and then the Air Jordan 1 Low OG, and now the Jordan 2s, they all come like this and everything too, just like they all used to, but what they kind of don't pay attention to, I guess, or just haven't been doing until right this second, is that all of the Jordans came like that. Like they always, you would always pull them out of the box and they would be like this. You'd have to lace them up yourself. There's plenty of pictures all the way until 1998 when Jordan's sitting there lacing up his white and red Air Jordan 13s. I thought it was a weird detail that they chose to like cherry pick and add on certain models, but here it's on here. I think it's a cool touch. What I really love about it is that I didn't have to unlace the shoe and you can actually see the neoprene. You could see that it's breathable, like it's fully perforated and all that stuff. The difference between this tongue and the previous model, the Air Jordan 6, is that the Air Jordan 6 is more of a lycra, so it's more of a thin spandex with the perforations in it. This is a neoprene, so it's a lot thicker. It needs airflow, so therefore you got all of these holes in there. And then if you were going to compare this to the Air Jordan 8, the Air Jordan 8 unfortunately is neoprene without the perforations, and so that shoe is a hot box, and it actually gave MJ athlete's foot.
Yeah.
Can't remember if I talked about the top of the tongue, but it looks awesome. I love it. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, these actually fit true to size. They fit very snug, believe it or not. So I would go true to size. I don't know if they changed the last step or whatever. They just don't feel as loose as some of the previous 7s have. So true to size should be good for most. If you're a wide footer, feel free to let everybody know what size you recommend for your fellow wide foot friends down below in the comment section. Help your brothers out because I'm sure that they'll appreciate it.
I want a shirt that says that.
What, my wide foot friends?
My fellow wide foot friends.
Maybe we'll make one, I don't know. We probably won't, don't get your hopes up. But anyways, if you were interested in these guys right here, they are gonna be available at all Jordan Brand retailers. If you're in the Sacramento or Elk Grove area, make sure that you check out Phenom. You can also follow them on social, Phenom916. However, if you're not in our area, they also have a Minnesota location, 2 actually. And yeah, you can follow that account over at Phenom Global. But yeah, these guys right here, I love how they used to look. I just don't love how this one looks. They just look a little bit funny, but feel free to let me know what you think about the 2 versions down below in the comment section. If you're like me and you're from that era, maybe you're thinking the same thing where you're like, I like them, but I like the old one. I don't know what it is about this new one. It just looks different. Or maybe you're not like me, but you happen to be from the era and you're just like, man, I've been wanting another pair of these, or my first pair for such a long time. I mean, 2006 was not yesterday.
All my troubles seem so far away.
That's how I feel. I'm kind of like half and half, where I really want these, but I don't want to pay full price because they don't look right. But anyway, sound off below, let us know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. Let us know what you think about them in the comment section. We will catch you on the next one. So until then, I did that all in one breath without up. Peace. I don't think people want to advertise that they got Sasquatch feet.
We will unite and rise up.
You know how long it took me to get you to be not embarrassed about it? It's been a journey.
Did you tell me that I got little troll feet?
Well, yeah, but you got like these little tiny short toes.
Stars shining bright above you.
Really? Seriously? More singing?
Yes, seriously.